Hey everybody, welcome to an all-new Geek World Order video. Randy here with a retro toy. No, don't shut off the video. Don't shut it off, please. No, please. Don't shut the video off. I know what we're looking at. You know what I'm looking at. But yeah, Beast Machine Silverbolt. I know, you guys. I know. Y'all telling me this is the worst Transformer ever made. I honestly don't know, man. I've never owned a Beast Machines figure. But, here it is. I mean, this figure does not do itself any justice. The size class is way too small. This is like a basic figure. I mean, it's ball joint city because it's a 90s Transformer. The coloring is very odd on this. I don't know why they went with, like, the orange when the character on the show is purple. And, yeah, that's the robot head sticking out of the Condor butt. But, so let's take a look at the sculpting. So there's the Condor head. It's kind of got that angry look that Silverbolt had in that particular iteration of Transformers. He's got his wings that can kind of flap. So let's take a look here. So this piece literally just comes off. And yeah, it's a weird skeletal structure of a bird. So he's got like this sword thing. It's literally like a weapon with a sword. Or you can fold these up and it becomes like a shield. Or you can just have like a weird chopper weapon. So yeah. There's a lot of weird things you can do with this. Guys, I know. This figure is kind of weird, but we're going to look at it. So, where do we start with transforming? So yeah, gonna straighten this whole section out. Bird head. No, it does. Oh, that section's got to rotate. Because that actually pulls up and the whole waist piece kind of folds in on itself there. Oh, and there's the robot mode head. So yeah, the wings on the bird, kind of what has that structure there, becomes the legs of the robot. So we're gonna pull those down like that. I think they gotta go like slightly forward. Then you're gonna wanna... No, those actually have to be back. And literally just fold the feet over. So fold those back, put that forward. You're gonna position them because they've got to be kind of pulled back like that so the figure will actually stand. Which is how the character stands in the cartoon, with the backwards, more animal legs like that. So he has a maximal symbol there in his chest. Yeah, the spark crystals, whatever those are. So we're gonna rotate the arm. That moves around. And this goes forward. And these turn into a weird position like that and actually become the hands. So yeah, unfortunately his hands are like really big. Like he's got massive hands compared to like the size of his head. And then you can just kind of put these decorative feathers. I like to put them about there. So let's look at the head sculpt on this thing. And the head sculpt might actually, and even the bird head, have more of the purple on it. The bluish, purplish color. But I don't know why the rest of this figure is like orange. It's like the head looks fantastic. Like it looks like it does on the show. He's got the serious edgelord kind of vibe there. This robot man bun ponytail thing. Like the translucent details on the wings are nice. As far as articulation, pretty much like all over the place because it's, like I said, it's ball joint city. Unfortunately, nothing you can really do with the hands. You can put the sword thing in it. But also, it's like, yeah, I didn't have to do anything because this thing is so bulky. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna put it up. You know, give him a shield. You can extend the wings out. He's still basically got a shield because, wow. And he's got like a rinky-dinky sword. Leg articulation is not super great. I mean, you still basically got like full rotations because he's on ball joint, but to a certain point, the figure has to have the legs in back like that, just so he'll stand properly. Because he doesn't have a knee spur, he's got like that's like his knee, his like ankle support. So this is a very basic figure with with halfway decent articulation. Of the two modes, the robot mode, I think, is the better mode of him. Just because I like more of the detail, kind of how it comes together. Like I said, he's got the deer leg kind of things that are a little funky. But that's also how the character on the show was. Honestly, if this was in the Takara, the more accurate color scheme that the Takara used with the purples in it, this would be a lot better figure. But having like a boost in size class would absolutely do this thing wonders. I think having the added articulation, a little more detail would have been better. I mean, this part's a little weird. There's some weird gapping there. And he's got like a robot beak. He's got like a bird beak in his crotch, so. Realistically, this is not the worst Transformer I've ever owned. I think there was like a Walgreens exclusive Core Class Starscream that was pretty bad and has no like decap paint on it. Also, you have to remember that this figure was preceded a couple years by Retrax, and Retrax might actually be the worst Transformer ever. This is like a low tier Transformer. Like, this is not I don't know, I don't think this is a throw it away if you have it, or avoid it like the plague, because I think if it was scaled up a little bit bigger, because some of the Beast Machines toys I've seen are a lot bigger. And unfortunately, Silverbolt is like one of the biggest characters on the show. Like, not in his role in the show, but physically. Like, physically in stature, he's more in line with Optimus Primal and Cheetor. And he's literally got the smallest toy of any of the Maximals. So, that's what hurts this figure, is the size scale. I think the smaller, basic size class figure of this gives you a little more options, because basics and even the current kind of like core class figures have more ball joints and some interesting articulation. Yeah, he's got the open hand with the thing to put the sword in. But it's really a weird, awkward pose because he's got the back talon and it's supposed to be like part of his thumb. But clearly he can't do anything with it. Even then, like, the weight of this weapon kind of just pulls it down by itself. So, yeah, this is a weird figure. I don't think it's the worst figure. It's definitely not the best. But yeah. So that, my friends, is Beast Machines Silverbolt. This is a figure that I think gets more hate than it actually should get. As there were definitely some weird things going on with Transformers engineering, but it's nowhere near as bad of like Revenge of the Fallen or Reveal the Shield level kind of difficulty. This is just a Beast Wars late run Transformer, Beast Machines era. And overall, I am not offended by this figure. It's fine. I'll keep him on my shelf. But yeah, that'll do it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching this video. If you've made it this far, drop a comment, like, subscribe to the channel, do all those wonderful things that help out the algorithm, and I will see you next time.